Meat in the freezer.
So happy I'm on lunch.
It's so stupid, I think it might work.
Chaos? Like every hunting season.
Seems like it's not going anywhere, but it also seems like it could go somewhere.
He lost his paper bag, I swear.
I will not. I'm actually pretty good directionally.
Is it freaking you out a little bit?
Yeah, because I can't see my... Because, like, the camera doesn't get both of us in
Does
the
it just
wide
get the
shot, so
tips
I'm
of
going to
our
be really
nose?
good at getting... Yeah, I have to, like, really lean in. Oh, yeah, maybe I should just lean in.
Should
That'd
we
be
get a
such a
little closer?
gangster. Oh, gosh.
It's like this is like
It's
Lady,
like it's under the...
Lady and the Tramp with the noodle we're going to be.
It's like we're under the oak tree.
That was a nice moment. In the oak tree. Not under. We're in the oak tree.
I was like, doesn't this jog your memory, dude?
Sorry, dude.
Okay, it says we're live. It's just probably taking a second to catch up.
Hey, there we are.
Nope. Still not. Still. Come on, YouTube. This is like my signal to know that we're officially there.
I think this is like the internet's just taking it's having a Monday break on a Tuesday.
It says it's streaming to YouTube. We should be all right. Let's go live on Instagram. Maybe that'll go first. Okay. If I wait too, it's like if I go to the bathroom at the restaurant, the food comes. Here it is.
Perfectly bad timing.
Oh, it's got the wrong damn title.
Oh, wow. That is weird.
Oh, I got the wrong title. I thought I updated the titles. It said it was updated.
It's coming in half a K.
Okay, well, we'll see what that does.
Okay.
Yeah, why is it so crummy? Well,
That's...
forget the internet for a second. Let's just...
Let's have a breath.
This is the Okayest Hunter Podcast. Never pass on shooter bucks, because that's just meat in the freezer. It's your tag, you hunt how you want. This is Okayest Hunter.
Welcome to the Okayest Hunter Podcast.
Hey-o!
Boom, shaka-laka-laka. I did the... I mean, look, we'll be in full frame, I think, when I do the actual stuff. Oh, gosh, I hope so, because I might have just messed that all up. Huh. Well, I guess we'll learn how that goes. Anyway, welcome to the show. Welcome back. I forgot to post our YouTube last week for the show. If you watch on YouTube, I'm sorry. You can find everything on Spotify and Apple and YouTube if I remember it, apparently. Shout out to Nosler. I think we're trying to put together a deer drive for this weekend. We'll see if we can go throw some rounds down a field.
Sounds like we're going to give it a go.
Maybe a marsh, maybe whatever. I don't really know.
We're going to go stomp it around.
Yeah.
Mr. Bilo is very excited.
Okay. I got to figure it out. I haven't even had a chance to talk to my wife yet.
You better just cross that bridge when you get to it.
And we're going to get into that topic right in a minute here.
We are. We're going to cross those bridges tonight, aren't we?
We're going to see what happens. Be sleeping on the couch. I don't know.
Door might be locked when I get home.
I better hide the Nosler ammunition. Lord knows we got enough of it laying around.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Hopefully my wife can't find any of Gus's Gerber knives.
Jesus Christ. There's a lot of weapons in my house, man. Between the bear bows, the Nosler ammo, and the Gerber knives, like, yeah, it's a pretty lethal place.
You wouldn't want to walk in my basement if you were blind or there was no power. Because I have a lot of pointy weapons that are not considered weapons. There's a lot of shed antlers around the ground.
Yeah, oh my God.
And
Those would
stepping
hurt.
on a Lego's bad?
That one time that shark stepped on an antler.
Voted horniest basement of the neighborhood.
Oh my gosh, like a Shake Shack. Anyway, I don't know. Nothing. Oh, my mother-in-law's listening. She said your voice is breaking up. Our internet is crap right now, but we are recording to our mixers. So if the live sucks, which it very well may, don't worry. Post-production will be fine. We'll get it real nice.
Thank you for the heads up. We're working on it.
We'll see what happens. I don't know. The internet's just not doing what it's supposed to do tonight. It's pretty janky here. So I don't know what that's all about. But anyway, Nosler, 20% off. Use code OHP at checkout. That's true for all of our partners. We do have to get to our giveaway stuff here. So I'm going to go to our giveaway dashboard. I don't know that if I share my screen, it's going to do anything because, let me see here. I can add a scene really quick. Hang tight, please, everybody. Add a source. Let's see here. I can do a screen share. Yes, I can. Here
This
it
is your, what would you call it? The November?
No, Sweet November Sweepstakes.
Sweet November Sweepstakes.
Yep. I don't think I can go back to horizontal now that I'm in vertical, so it just is what it is, but you can see some of the screen.
Is it to give you like the middle channel of your screen?
Yeah.
I better not touch it.
We're going to do a live draw right now. So only one winner. What you win is a Bear Legend XR bow that is outfitted with a HHA
Drop away rest.
Tetra sight and a ripcord drop away rest. It's a good bow. Trophy Ridge stabilizer. And that's kind of it. In addition to that, the drawing that sits behind Derek that he drew, it's a print of that drawing. You'll win that. And 2 Moultrie Edge solar cams and a bunch of Gerber knives and accessories. So
pretty sweet little prize package.
yeah, we're going to draw winner right now. It's live on the screen. So if you're tuning in, you're going to hear it here first, or you're going to hear it in podcast land tomorrow. Rest assured, whoever does win, if you don't hear it from listening right now or over the week, we will email you. We'll give you some time to respond. Make sure it doesn't go to spam. If we don't get a response, we'll draw another winner. If we don't get a response in like a week, we're going to have to move on. But ideally, we get a response. They're excited. We can ship everything out, and everyone's happy. Yay. Sweet November Sweepstakes.
Let's go.
I will say, before I do it, last thing, and I'm really bad at this, I'm so sorry. We did achieve what we were trying to accomplish in that we had 2 iTunes or our Apple podcast feeds. We had to delete one. The one that we deleted had all of the ratings and reviews and listens, so that was really sad for us. We had a lot of people messaging us that did the podcast stop? Did you guys go away? No, we didn't. We're here. So we want to kind of really fan the flames of the new feed that's associated with our podcast network that we've been building for the last couple of years. And the outcome of this giveaway was really geared towards pushing people to do that with bonus entries. So we went from 22 reviews on Apple Podcasts to 149 inside of 1 month.
So thank
which is
you.
Awesome. Which
For
is
who anyone
that's what we're
did
saying.
that.
Yes. And the most exciting thing is that everyone that did a review, they were pretty legitimate, authentic, honest reviews. I wasn't asking for 5 stars. I was just asking for any stars in reviews. And really the feedback was nice. I don't think people necessarily want to go out of their way to say anything. They just kind of listen, they go about their day, and that's all good. Then when prompted,
We got some really accurate,
good,
great reviews. Like these guys are mostly the okayest.
And Derek's the smartest.
That was I paid one of my students to write that. That's not real.
That one really got me chuckling pretty loud. That was good. I think I showed it on our group text when that one came through.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. But
What
anyway.
a weird comment.
So thank you, everybody who does listen, who does appreciate the hard work that goes into this, albeit okayest. Thank you very much. And hopefully people can find this podcast on Apple now and don't think we vanish off the face of the earth. So we're getting there. Let's draw the winner. I don't know how this freaking works. Let's see what happens.
Click the button.
I'm not nervous at all. Careful the table.
Oh,
I'm so sorry. Do the arms or something.
Is
It's a
there
countdown.
a spinning wheel? No,
Nope,
it's countdown.
It's delayed because the internet sucks. Something fierce, but it's 5, 4. I didn't realize it was going to do this for 2.
Ben Wellen. No, I'm just
3,
joking.
2, and then 1. So we have about a 10-second delay at least. Nathan Cox from Salt Lake City, Utah. You are the winner.
Congrats, Mr. Cox.
Unless you aren't the winner and you don't get back to us, we'll move on. But if you are, congratulations. That's exciting. You're going to get a lot of stuff. We'll get in contact with you. We'll work out getting everything shipped to you, get a shipping address and all that jazz. So thank you we'll have to go find your review. And maybe we can, when we share that you've won, we can maybe do some content around or something like that with all your goodies and your review. And it could be kind of neat.
Pretty cool that someone outside of the Midwest.
Yeah, Salt Lake City,
That's
Utah.
crazy.
Wonder what you're going to kill with your bow. Like an elk?
Giant mule deer.
Mule deer? Something pretty neat.
Both.
Kind of cool. So that's fun. How do I go back to here? We are. Okay. I'll move away from that screen and back to my other screen. So I'm trying this vertical thing out, and wow, God, the camera really does add 10 pounds.
So
So
Thanksgiving.
does
we're
deer
under
camp
20.
Thanksgiving. This is not my favorite time of year to be on camera. Holy cow. I don't know. Usually we have comments. Here it is. That's a weird way to spell my name. JK. Nathan. Congrats. Oh, Josh West said that's a weird way to spell my name.
Yeah, because it was
I'm slow
Nathan
on the
Cox.
uptake. Yeah, thanks. Got it. I didn't see the name. I just read the comment. Okay, Derek, we wanted to pick one of two topics today, and I just picked probably the worst of the two.
It's something that's been on your mind, and it's been festering all of us. Not just like for you, but like this is something that we have, the hurdle we've got to get over every single year. Some of us all year.
I don't even know the best way to like talk about this because I've not heard any other hunting podcast talk about this.
No.
I haven't even heard anybody talk about it on social.
If you want to, like, this is some place where we need elite tactics. Like, we need more than Okayest tactics to broach this subject.
I don't have the phone lines open because I just didn't have time. Derek and I just wrapped up a different podcast, which will launch on a different platform this Thursday. You'll see that. It's exciting. That's why we're behind tonight.
I'm going to let you.
I'll start.
Go
People
ahead,
are probably like, Jesus Christ, just get to it, Eric.
Well, no, I don't.
It's not even help. Now I'm a little nervous that my mother-in-law might be watching.
Yeah, well, that's what my big concern was. Like, hey, well, you better, tiptoe. We take our boots off for stalking. You're going to take your boots off.
Look at the camera here. Yeah. So I think, okay, this has been an undercurrent that has been happening for a number of years. Now, I won't go so far as say that my wife has PTSD for hunting season, but geez, I'd be remiss to say it's not something close to that. And in part is because of the buck that I killed that's above my shoulder here, that's out of frame. When I killed that deer, we just had our third kid, and my wife's back was not in good shape. Like she had sustained a pretty significant injury, and I decided to go hunting because we kind of can't help it. Like there's something deep in our bone marrow that's like telling us we need to go do this thing. And lo and behold, I got the buck, but this is a buck that almost like caused quite a riff. So that moment was overshadowed by like a lot of remorse, if that's the word. And the other day I saw someone in the industry who I respect and like and all that stuff, but he'd posted with his kid hunting. He's like, I'm bringing him hunting so one day he can piss off his wife. Now, flip the script 180 degrees, and I think my wife was talking about my boys, and she's like, it's not apply to my daughter. Maybe it will. Maybe she'll piss off a husband someday, but it was like, I hope that if they fall in love with hunting as much as you do, that they don't, like, do it in such a way that really disrupts the marriage and their wife. And the topic that I guess I'm getting at here is, it's a little bit complex because there's that layer to it, but there's also the layer of a modern dad. And one generation and 2 generations ago, but even 1 generation ago is very different. And so I'm going to have to be very articulate and thoughtful and sensitive to how I broach this topic because it's one that I want to invite our wives into. So I thought it'd be good to like lay the foundation of this first.
We're going to give them all the ammo they need.
There's going to be some landmines. We want to invite our wives into this, another chat that's going to kind of layer into this further to get a different take on it. And not in a bashing way where our wives are just like, I hate you. I think there's a spectrum of wives that are like, some wives are like holding people back and some are like, hunting with their husbands, and then there's the spectrum of in between of like, I'll let you, totally support you maybe up to a point, or I don't at all, or relationships are tricky. But I just want to be to the hunting community. No, like my wife doesn't tell me what to do, and then I am like some little bitch. It's a little bit different than that. I respect my wife, and I love her and our family, and I actually genuinely like to spend time with my kids and my wife. So like, there is some inherent guilt that comes along with hunting where I'm like, I want my cake and I want to eat it too, actually. I want to do both things. In fact, that being said, I do like a break every now and again.
Well, I think that's where, and we'll get into it more, but man, that's the exact topic of like the modern day dad and how at times have changed is like, we really do want to be there and have both. Like, man, we know that the time away and the time that you have to recharge, and this is for mothers, fathers, everyone who, is dealing with dependent other people. You need some sort of time by yourself to be your individual self, to go solo, to have that time to recharge so that you can care for others. But man, there's a lot of pressure on it of like, you need to be there and the FOMO of the family, but also the opposite way when all your buddies are in the woods and you feel that intrinsic, I'm going to blame it on photo period, just like the deer. Like, I think We have that photo, like when we sense that I can feel when November 10th is coming around the corner, like I feel it to the photo period. That's what it is. It calls me. Calls me to the woods. It's not real, but I couldn't blame it on that. But man, I think that's one of the things that we're juggling now is the desire and obligation to be there for your family all the time, but also this calling to the wilds to like have your moments of recharge to like really truly.
Yeah, well, you're out there
It's a different
recharging.
element.
Your significant other is at home going the opposite direction on the totem pole.
Decharging.
They're like their batteries like being depleted. The screen's on full brightness. Everything's cranked all the way up. There's 100 tabs open,
Volume.
and like someone's pouring fire on the fucking thing. Versus you're out and everything's unplugged and birds are chirping and it's literally the most peaceful thing in the world, except for like the agony of going through all the marshes and stuff. But we do that to ourselves, and we also like
that.
it.
We like it a little
so, then you come back in the middle and you're like, what could possibly be wrong? I feel great. I'm a huge contributing member of my family. And they're like, I will murder you in your sleep because I'm struggling because you continue to do this thing. And I'm not just saying I hear this from a lot of people. And so part of this is a venting session. Part of it's like trying to make sure there's acknowledgement there. So we have this hunting season survivor sweatshirt. That's a bit of a joke. But before I launch it, I did check with all the wives to be like, is this insensitive or like, is it jokey enough that it's okay? Because I do believe you are a hunting season survivor. If you make it through this stuff. Now, that being said, if you're a real hunter, there is no off season. You're ice fishing, potentially you're trapping, you're doing upland, you're doing waterfowl, you're doing turkey. Then, whitetail season basically starts after the 4th of July. When Velvet Fest happens, you're hanging cell cams. You're even in hunting season. If you're not hunting, you're helping a buddy drag a deer. You're going to take 2 cameras down. You're doing spring scudding. You're doing shed hunting. You're doing, for us, we're doing trade shows. For consumers, they're doing trade shows. Like it doesn't stop. It's an obsession. I don't know that golf is like this. Fishing, maybe a little bit, but like if you're in the Midwest, like if you're not ice fishing, it's not the same thing.
Well,
So
yeah.
there's a tax on that. There's a tax.
And just pause. Don't
Thank you.
stop. Don't stop. Just pause. But before any of our younger folks, gentlemen, maybe who are like, "Oh, I'm not listening to this episode. This is all about wives and kids," you're gonna want to pay attention. Bud. This is going to determine the success of your hunting career for the next 35 years. So frickin' listen up, bub.
Well, my working class bow hunter, they have a shirt that says like, you can't kill big bucks if your wife sucks. Ha ha ha. Funny. And I love those guys because they're able to, they're like the uncle I want to invite them. Like, just kids, he swears, okay?
He's going to smoke a few doobies.
And I
back.
actually also like that. And like they get to be the unfiltered version of myself that I don't often get to be. So I actually enjoy guesting on their podcast because I can just let it rip. Joe West just commented, he said, due to health issues, liver failure, I was unable to hunt this year, and my wife and I realized the importance of me getting out. Yes, I love my family, but also my family loves wild game, so me not going was felt by all, my wife, kids, and myself. I think, like, this isn't a wife bashing session. That's not what this is. This is me trying to, like, promote my wife into, like, I appreciate my wife. I value my wife. She does support this, and she supports it through actions. So many words I hear are usually just like a venting session of the support from those actions, because anytime I go hunting, she's usually, yeah, go. And she's even said this year, remember, was it 2 years ago, Derek, when I said I want to do so much good that like, and not ask go hunting, that she just,
yeah, that was
I wanted
your
to
plan.
get so much equity.
You didn't ask.
That plan didn't work that
forever.
year. That plan worked this year. And then I kind of found the threshold.
Hey, that's a big moment, the tipping point, if you will.
She had so much guilt for all the things she was doing. She's like, oh my God, and you haven't even gone hunting yet. And I was like, whoa. She knows. She said it. She noticed. Oh my God. I'm going to keep playing it cool. No, it's too hot to hunt. That's all right. I got my time. My time's going to come. I don't even like this time of year. I don't have anything figured out. And I didn't. I mean, these are all valid statements.
Which is helpful.
But I was like, honestly, the hot weather really kind of gave me a leg up this year. And then eventually when I did go, she was like, you deserve this. You need to go.
You were validated.
It's pretty cool. I can't expect that all the time. We're in a very busy season of life. she's in school full time, working part time, momming full time. Like there's a lot happening.
Your situation is different.
Maybe it's a little bit unique. Everyone's got shit going on. Family is hard. Raising a family is challenging in a way that I don't think
You
I could
work a
understand it.
full-time job outside your full-time job while your wife's going to school full-time, working a full-time job with 3
That's
children.
normal, dude. People do hard things.
Well, yeah, I'm just giving you a
So, like,
nod. I'm
so
giving
then-
you both a nod. You and Holly both deserve some serious nods. For real.
So then in
You
the,
guys are wild.
well, thank you, Derek. I'm not
Very
good at taking
impressive.
compliments, but I will say that then when you consider all that, that's why I take like some of the social media attacks, not personally, but I'm like I get pretty feathers ruffled by them because you don't know me, like you don't realize how much is happening here, and so when I shoot that buck and people start saying certain things, and I'm like, no, that's the deer I was going to shoot. Do you not understand all the stuff happening here? And I'm telling you, my wife's at her threshold just as much as I am. So I'm not balancing just my time to hunt. I'm balancing how much time I can borrow against my family. But
Which is
also,
a big freaking debt.
I
That's
just
a big
love
debt.
my kids, man. I really do love them. And we'll bring your kids with you. Look, man, I have 3 of them. Okay. I could maybe bring 1 or 2, but some of the time, but not the way we're trying to do it right now. And public land is public land.
And not on the lands around here.
It's
Not only is it ineffective, in November, I would say it's borderline getting on the dangerous side.
yeah.
There are so many people
Yeah.
in these freaking woods, and it's crazy. I think that we talked about this on the podcast we just recorded beforehand, but I think you said it really well in that one, which was like we're used to hearing everybody else's ideas and opinions on what you've done, like when you shot that deer. But Eric, you talked to like probably everybody in our friend group, you probably called everybody, I'd imagine. And the level of excitement from the people who knew behind the scenes what you do. I know I talked to you while I was walking around the woods in Illinois, and
That's
I
right.
couldn't have been freaking happier.
And I could tell.
Because I
You
knew,
genuinely meant
like,
it, yeah.
I know what you juggle, and I know what it means to get a day, a morning, and afternoon, and to make it happen in those little bitty time slots. Like, man, that's everything. So, like, don't worry about those freaking. I mean, I know how it lingers.
Oh,
but
and I don't, and it can bother me a little bit. Like I'm not completely impervious to it, but the fact that I got to go that day with my dad and the woods did what the woods can do, which is pure magic at a time. I don't know how to explain when you're completely satiated. Talk about going to steakhouses and like getting a good steak with a good sear. And it's like that fucking moment, dude, right there. Like that moment when I was in the woods and all that was happening, literally walking out, get down, bucks are coming. Like it
With
was
your dad.
It was nutso for me. And I was like, I could have done just this one hunt this year and that would have been it. Cause that's usually what we're seeking. It's like all of those things, the grunting, the chasing, the deer, all the people, all of it. It was all of that encapsulated in one hunt. So for me, it was it. But not only is my wife being taxed, my kids are being taxed because they miss dad, they want dad. My mother-in-law, who may or may not be listening because our quality is shit on the internet here, oftentimes like the kids will cascade down to her because my wife needs to do homework. So it's like, now I've just put them out and now their day just got disrupted. Not that it's a bad thing because they love spending time with the kids. So it's not a big deal, but it's not nothing. And it should be appreciated that everyone else is like trying to let me go do this hunt. You know, it is a selfish endeavor. We talked about that on the episode we just recorded. It's a bit of a selfish thing. No one else cares about deer hunting as much as we care about deer hunting. Not even other hunters care about our hunt. They care about their hunt. It's like everyone's worried about the pimple on their face, not your face.
And
Like-
I'm just going to use this as a platform, as you just did, to just say how grateful and lucky I am that my wife, Ashley, just understands what I personally, in a selfish way, need during that time of year. Like, she can feel it when it's boiling up and when I need to get out. And she's very good about just taking on whatever challenges lie ahead when I just frolic off. Oh, my spot's 50 minutes away, so it's going to take an extra 2 hours. Just go. Like, I'm so grateful for that and appreciative of that. So I just want to give her a shout out for that. But it's it's a selfish endeavor. And I know you say that you could have just gone out on that one hunt, but you and I both know that the struggle and the suck that happened before that hunt kind of also made that hunt what it was, where all of a sudden it was like magic and it happened. Where like without the struggle, and if you'd have just gone out one time and it been absolutely freaking amazing, it would have still been amazing. But you wouldn't have had that to compare it against. And you wouldn't have had that little bit of like, well, frick, I went here and I did this and it's different. And we all are looking for a little bit of that adventure, a little bit of that putting yourself to a test outside the normal daily grind, right?
Yep.
Like work can test you, but this tests you in a different way. Your family can test you, but this tests you in a little bit different way. And I think many of us, that's all we're looking for, is that weird little individual one-on-one solo test.
When I do, much like I think probably most could relate to, become quite a better version of myself when I've had the time in the deer woods, up until maybe also a point when things start to get frustrating. Then I'm like, I got to be careful not to let that show. Because the last thing I want to do is like, hey, I just sacrificed. I dug in, and I've been carrying all this weight, and then even more and more and more. Like, not only are you gone on Tuesday nights completely bricked, you're hunting Friday, Saturday, Sunday, like, and you helped a buddy drag, or like all this stuff starts. It's like there's a compounding effect to that. So the last thing you want to do is complain about it to your wife ever.
Yeah,
because could you like just think about it in the opposite context, like. Your wife goes on a spa day and another spa day and a massage day and then goes on a vacation somewhere. But
all her friend did was complain.
Yeah, it was just terrible.
Yeah.
And you're like, I've been here
I told
with
you not
these
to freaking go.
basically mogwais. Heaven forbid you feed them after a certain hour. They turn into gremlins. Like, they come with rules and shit. Like, you got to be very careful with these things. And then you're coming home and complaining, like, for doing fun stuff? What are you like? Wrong person. Go find someone else to tell that to. Go, and deer hunting season is all consuming because you're messing with your gear. You're talking to your buddies nonstop. You're looking at maps. You're in it, dude. Your trail cam. I opened up the Moultrie app when I was supposed to open up Slack for work. Just out of pure habit, I was like, wow, this is not the right app. What am I even doing? My batteries have been dead for months.
But is anything on there?
Yeah, right. Like, gosh.
Well, let's not forget to mention the sweet moment that when you do have success, how short-lived it actually is.
It's so
like you just like you satiated yourself. You got a deer, right? You're so happy. You send a few pictures or you FaceTime, and it's a moment of excitement. And then it's like, well, I got to bring it to the processor. It's going to be like $180. Like, I'm like mount it. Like, I got to figure out how I'm going to Euro it. Like, we're going to hang it in the garage. I also got to cut it up. That's going to take like 3 hours. Like, that's also
a lot of dedication.
Feel great, right? Like, from the wife's perspective.
And meanwhile, we're just like hopped up on cloud nine. We're like, this is the best day ever. Like,
I have made deer.
And they're just like, I'm over it.
You're an idiot.
Like, can we just go back to normal living, So all of this to say there has to be some appreciation for all of those around us that put up with this crazy, obsessive, all-consuming hobby that only gets like more obsessive in a very truncated period of time, the photo period that you talked about. And just a huge thank you to everyone in our life that deals with this, man. Like Dave, who helped you drag your deer, and Greg came from Lake Mills. Dave came from like on his birthday, he came to help.
It's his freaking
so like,
birthday.
now his wife and Greg's wife, like, no, they're both going, shit, what?
Frick,
these are the things we do. And yeah, they probably were. They probably like,
Especially
every
Kyla,
single time
on
a
his
friend
birthday.
calls me that says I got a buck, Holly's like, ears perked. She's like, so what's happening? What's next? Like, well, I don't know. All I know is he shot it.
Why are you looking at your boots?
All I
Eric?
know is he shot it. You know what happens? Now he's got to find his arrow, track it. Maybe he needs help tracking it. Maybe he needs help tracking. I don't know. And now it's starting to disrupt the whole day. And there was no expectation that was going to happen today. The wife thought she was free and clear that day. And then Joel calls me up. I just shot one. Like at church, he's like, I'm like, what's up? He's like, like he's still got the total shakes. It just happened. I was like, well, I had to pick up. I know if he's calling me right now, he got a deer. This is important.
God understands.
Do you understand what he's been through for me? I need to be there with him. Like he would come for me. I have to go for him. This is what happens. Okay. This is the brotherhood that we talk about. So I don't know. We talk about like, we wish our wives had a thing, and some do. Some have a thing. Ours don't. I think they just love our families too much.
They do. They just they're so good at it. Both of our wives, they just are great moms, and they love to mom. They love to be with, and I love that, and it's incredible. But God, just get a freaking hobby so I can feel better about my hobbies.
That's what it is. We just want to feel less guilt. It's not even that like, yes, it's all coming from a selfish place. It's not even like I want you to enjoy yourself. No. Yeah. Go get your fill. Go do everything. So then I can feel justified in my thing. Like, I don't know. I have this tattoo, the 5149, as a reminder to not be selfish. And it is really hard to not be selfish during deer season. And I don't know what the point of this episode is, other than I felt like I needed to get some shit off my chest. I don't know. Is anyone else talking about this? There's a lot of hunter wives on social media that make funny content about this. But I think it's because it's such a shared experience for them. Like, Widow's Weekend is a real thing. Like,
well, dude,
it's only a matter of time before some wives start a hunting podcast that is like bashing us.
Well, like in my brain, right? Like, a person justifies their actions a little bit. I'm like, I've hunted a fair amount, but I'm like, have I ever really hunted like that much? Yep. Yeah, quite a bit.
You're probably skewing a little higher towards that end.
But also, like, the number of tracks and drags that I've gone on, you don't really think about that. The number of quick trail camera checks and go scout this spot real quick. Man, it starts to add up. And then, like, in my stupid little brain, so my buddy Dave still got an Illinois tag. And we have a really long Christmas break this year from school.
Oh, yeah. You want to go down there with
him?
him?
Hey,
no.
I'm looking at these dates. He's like, I would love a buddy to come down with me. And I was like, sent a little, like, video gif or whatever. It was like, maybe. And I was like, don't you freaking do it, you idiot. Don't you dare even bring it up.
You've already taken enough withdrawal from the bank on this, haven't you?
For sure.
You're going to be going.
Could I do it?
You're going to be overdrafting.
I think she would let me do it.
It would be.
I think the overdraft fee would be minimal, but I think the long term kicking me out of the bank might be the one that. Yeah, like I should probably just keep it in the bank. Keep it in the bank.
It's tough because over time, I wonder how much this erodes a relationship. And isn't there like a South Park episode where the dudes just are like playing World of Warcraft and they're like, they're all fat and disgusting and they've just like got fired from their jobs. They're losing their house. Their wife has divorced them because they just got to get to the next level. Like, I'm pretty certain without knowing that deer hunting has probably ruined a lot of marriages.
I think it definitely has.
And is it worth it? I don't know, because I've not crossed that chasm. I hope I don't. But I'm sure there are guys that have divorced and then they have the run of the place to go hunt. Do you think there's a greater sadness than with like being alone? These guys that are divorced or not listening are like, no, man, it's freaking like.
I know a few. They would, or they just found women who are better at handling it,
or they just
go on with them.
Put up with them or whatever. But for me, when I talk about like tagging deer and hunter journey and all that stuff on the brand side, it's like, I want to bring my family with me in the business. I want to bring my family with me in the woods. I'm trying to figure that one out. Like, you've been really good at it. I'm trying to learn from you a little bit more and a few other folks. Like,
I've been really good at it.
I mean, Gus got his first deer this year.
Dude,
incredible.
Like, I look at like what Anthony Heller did.
Yeah.
And I like sent him a couple private messages and just told him what I thought of that, because he's taking his son on like 15 hunts. His son's not hunting, on bow hunts, or gun hunts, like from the ground. Like, they're just sitting on the ground, and they got a buck this last weekend. And I was like,
it's incredible.
That's everything. Like, that kid will remember that. Like, dad brought me out, dad brought me out, dad brought me out, brought me. That kid understands that it probably was like, he's going to understand that
someday
it undermined his dad's odds.
Yeah.
Right? But he still frickin' did it over and over and over. And I did good once this year. I did real good on Gus's. When we went and scouted, I made it all about him. It was, I had pins on the map that I wanted to go to, but.
That's hard for you, probably.
Yeah, we didn't go to all of them. And we stood on every rock. We looked in the creek. We checked out beaver chews. If he said he wanted to go look at it, do it, we did it. And then finally, we got to a point where I was like, you want to go up this big hill? There's a spot I wanted to look at. He was like, no, I kind of want to go like smash some of these dead sticks. And I was like, you cool if I just run up the hill? I'll come back down and I'll meet you right here. Take me 5 minutes. And he was like, yeah. I hear him start smashing sticks. I freaking take off on a beeline, make a loop, found a big rub line. It looked awesome. So I was like, Bud. And he's like, yeah, come over here once. What do you think of this? Showed him, and all of a sudden he got super excited.
Oh, yeah.
Then we, so it was, I really felt like I found a balance, which is hard for me.
That is hard.
It's hard for me. I'm not going to lie.
It's hard to, like, to again, the modern dad, and I think I'm complaining a little bit, but I'm also not, because this is what I want.
You're just talking about what you care about.
I just, I'm not sure how I fit into this. Like, I'm not trying to like contradict myself or what have you, because like spending time with my kids is really important, and I always just play devil's advocate on loop in my own mind. So I'm always like arguing myself as a thought is forming. This is a stupid fucking problem. I just. We show up in ways that our dads and our grandpas probably didn't. Like, I don't think, I mean, I could be wrong. Like, Chuck Clark listens to this podcast. Like, he could tell me if he's ever vacuumed or washed dishes or changed diapers or picked out outfits, which I don't do much of that. Get kids ready in the morning for school, pack kid lunches, like, go to everything. We're like, go to everything. Like, you go to all the, and I'm not even talking about like total full-on sporting events. My kids are still young. Like, sporting events for them are kind of like a gaggle. What are we even doing, But it's fun, and they want that validation that I'm there seeing them, and I want them to have that. I don't want to be an empty seat for them. So I will always pick them over this stuff when possible. And it's almost always possible. Like, there's very few things I have missed. I'm not willing to miss on that stuff as much as I'm willing to kill a deer. So priorities for me, hunting deer is lower than that. Now, there's going to be a pendulum swing at some point when my kids are older and they're far more capable and there's less babysitting and handholding and bullshit that like they're going to be eager and excited to be with me. And then all of a sudden my wife's going to get a huge break. If I bring all 3 kids to deer camp when they're teenagers and she gets to just chill out, like, look at the pendulum swing of that. That's going to take a while to take shape and come to fruition, but I think it very well could.
It will happen.
And when that does, it's going to be like, hopefully all this was worth it, because like now they're part of this tradition, and that's exciting for me. So I think it's just a season of life thing right now. But also, like, the modern dad is fucking wildly different than grandpapa had it,
For sure is. And my mom, and my mom is a hunter, right? My mom's a hunter. Like, she shed hunts, turkey hunts, deer hunts. She's a hunter. She was not always a hunter. When did my mom start hunting? When I asked her to come when I was like 15.
Oh, 15 even.
I was 15 because my mom got super like seasonal depression, because where was I? 12, 13, 14, 15. I was with my dad every weekend hunting because that's what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Then mom, all of a sudden, who was the motherhood figure who embodied everything about being a mom and loved it all, now her son's gone. He's out hunting. So she was like, I want to be included,
yeah.
All of a sudden she wasn't in it. So like, I think there's a place for that. And like, man, this is the time when we're doing our best, but man, mothers really shine when the kids are young.
And
They're
we have some good ones. I
They're
think
so patient.
I think we really do have some good ones. I think we're lucky in
we
that.
have the best.
Trying to check to see if this is, it's working. Just like, look at that. What the hell? Just, I don't know why it's blurry, guys. I'm getting comments about it. And when even if you set good expectations in the beginning of something, reality has a way of like, you can do your best to set a good expectations, and it's probably smart to do so. So the young guys that aren't there yet, or not married yet, or whatever, or newer in a relationship, or going down that path, or getting married, or whatever, having kids, that's a whole other one. Like, I think Corey Godard just had his first kid, Corey with Latitude.
Yeah.
And like,
It's going to change.
we don't learn
shit.
things easily. We think in light switches when really it's like a waiting effort. Like, it's not, the switch will flip, but then the lights take a long time to turn on for us.
Yeah.
We see the switch has
true.
been flipped, but they ain't checking yet. It takes a minute to learn a few lessons before the bulbs start to fire off. And for the younger folks that are coming into this whole thing, you could say, I'm a hunter and this is what I expect. Here's the ground rules. I lay this foundation down like I hunt, whatever. Life happens. What if your wife ends up in a wheelchair for some reason? What's more important? What if your kid has like cerebral palsy? What if, like,
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
even without that, like
I'm making extreme cases. I don't know why.
you are, but like even like when I became a dad, it became so much easier to pull a trigger on anything.
Oh, sure. Because I want to get back.
I was really like riding a high. Bucks were getting bigger and bigger, and like I was finding my groove in the hunting world. But then every deer that I saw, and as soon as my brain was like, "Oh, you should pass that," I was like, "I have like a freaking 2-year-old at home. If I pass that deer, that means I'm going to be out here again."
Yeah.
And like that light bulb started to like slowly, like the dimmer switch came up, and like it's like I should just shoot that deer and be done. Like, and it became much easier to just enjoy the hunt, enjoy the moment, and move on and have time with family. It became easier. I don't think it's easier for everyone, but I was able to like. I was also lucky that I'd already killed a few. Like I already killed a few good deer.
Already,
you know what I mean? Like
I think I didn't get to
made it
scratch some
easier.
of that.
And I totally get that. Like if you're still working, it's tough.
Like I didn't kill my first bow deer until my daughter was born.
Yeah.
So like
totally different.
I was a few
Stage
mile
of-
markers behind you on that stuff. And so then I'm trying to like have my cake and eat it too. I really am. Like I think humans in general are selfish. I think I'm particularly selfish, and I have to remind myself of that and try to work against it.
I disagree. But
And like, yeah, someone like my wife's like a super considerate human. Like my buddy Shane Maddox, who called into the podcast during the year, one of the other most considerate humans I know. They can't even fathom thinking about themselves before other people half the time. Too much to a point where it's like,
a fault.
Jesus, come on. The Christmas shopping is a pain in the ass for this reason with my wife. I don't know where you draw lines, but at some point we can't buy the whole damn neighborhood gifts. Okay, we got to reel it back in a little bit. Well, if we buy it for this neighbor, we got to buy it for that neighbor. If we buy it for that neighbor is going to see us. So we got to buy it for them. What about the mailman? What about the garbage man? What about the Amazon driver? Well, if we do the Amazon driver, we got to do I'm like the school teacher, but then not the principal, but then also the paras in the class. I'm like, holy shit, this is a lot of money. I'm glad you care about other people, but my God. We gotta care about ourselves.
Are you?
Here's selfish me coming to the
Sounds
rescue.
like-
Don't buy anybody gifts. What are you doing?
But look at you. But you're also doing the same thing. You're trying to take us out to dinner next week.
We
2
owe
weeks
it
from now.
to you guys. Like
No,
we owe
you
you
don't.
way
You're
more
always
than a
shit.
steak dinner. But like,
You're always
let's
shit.
gotta do something. And I thought instead of getting you guys on a Stormy Cromer hat or something shitty or whatever, like not shitty, but something.
It'll be better.
I'd rather have a moment together.
Dude,
with
we
you
could
guys.
go to a dive bar for onion rings,
We could.
and it'd be worth it because it's about
Nah,
shared,
but
shared experience.
it's a moniker of like.
I appreciate the gesture.
There's a value there that is an appreciation. If we go to fucking McDonald's, it's telling you that
I don't wanna go to
you're
McDonald's.
worthy of a dollar cheeseburger. You're worthy of more than
Accurate. It's accurate. It's accurate. maybe a McDouble on a good day.
that. Justin said, I'm so thankful that my wife is able to take care of my 2 smaller kids while I'm at deer camp. I can't tell you how happy I was when my oldest said he wanted to come up to camp.
Hell
my
yeah.
kids already want to go. Like, they're young.
Yeah.
Like,
Dude, I
think-
didn't expect like my deer camp this year to
be that
have
one.
my son be there.
Yeah.
I
Happened
didn't
quick.
expect it. It just happened. He showed interest, and I was like, all right, let's do it.
Like, am I taking a 6-year-old? Like, should I do that? Maybe. I don't know.
I think it depends if they are really, truly interested.
They're clingy. Like I need some space to move about. You know?
When we're done with this, remind me to show you some videos from opening day because I think you'll find
all
some
right.
great joy.
That could be good. Yeah.
Great joy.
Yeah. Anyway, taboo episode. Just because I'm like not trying to put hunting in a negative light, but I do want to recognize that like we're asking a lot of the people that are in our lives
Yes.
to do what we do, and I'm sure a lot of us appreciate it, but some might not even be fucking cognizantly aware of it at all.
And let's approach this subject from a different way. Somebody who I'd had on Driving Pens crossed my mind who's not married, no kids, but like, how can you be causing stress in other people's lives? Like, dude, anyone who knows you and cares about you is probably worried about you every time you go in the woods if they're not hunters. Like, this is a great time to it was just Thanksgiving. Be grateful and let it be known to those around you that you're just thankful that they support you and that. Because even just like a young guy, 22-year-old going out in the woods, like your parents are freaking worried probably until they
could
hear
fall
from
out of
you.
a tree stand, you could get lost,
that
you could
something
break a leg, you
happened,
get
that
shot,
yeah.
you could-
So like just
Cut yourself so you're bleeding. Like,
we were just talking about how I keep a bottle of new skin or super glue in my pack and Band-Aids just in case. But yeah, just extend that grateful attitude toward those people. And I'm going to go home tonight and give my wife a big hug and say, hey, I just appreciate you for letting me do my thing. I already do that, but I'm going to do it again tonight for sure.
I need to do as much of it as possible. But my wife also knows I'm full of shit. Because, like, I mean it in the moment, I do, but it doesn't stop me from going back to, like, as soon as it comes again.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the full moon comes out and you turn into a werewolf. Like, we all know you're going to turn into a werewolf. We know that full moons do it to you. But as much as I prepare, at the end of the day, when you turn into one, like, I'm still thinking you're probably going to eat me and I need to get the fuck out of here. Like, there's only so much preparing I can do, you know, but maybe I can be a werewolf with a soul that, like, can see that I'm just not, I don't know. It's a bad analogy. You know, you said my analogies are good.
No, it works both ways too, though, because I'm just going to shout out Ashley real quick. She, at first, being someone who didn't grow up with anyone who hunted, and no, you know, her and I have been together for 14, 15 years now. She's learned a lot about how horrible the lifestyle is of being a hunter's wife. But man, I will say, like, I think she was really proud and happy for me this season with, I had some success and then bringing Gus out and having a great time. Like, I could see it in her eyes that she was really, really happy, really happy for, like, for me.
Well, I
didn't do anything for her.
Well, I got to imagine being a mom, seeing your kid look up to your husband as a dad.
Like, to see him get excited to go do what dad loves. And that was always kind of my thing, was like, man, maybe it was just a way to justify my selfish behavior, but I always wanted my kids to see me do something I'm passionate about.
Correct. That matters
and
too.
I wanted them to see me leave home to do something that was important to me, because I want them to have that when they grow up. Maybe that was my way of justifying it, but I'm seeing, like, my son and my daughter know how much it means to me. And, like, now that he got to do it, he understands it. And I think that was, like, inadvertently, like,
now he's just going to be mad that you're not going with him every time.
Well, yeah, well, he's going to be going with me a lot more now.
It's good.
And I'm excited about that.
There's a lot of that in, like, the entrepreneurial realm too. Like, I see a lot of that content as well. As much as I see hunting content, it's like your kids should see you doing important work, doing things. Like, there's authors that have, like, my kids see me write a book. They know that's what I do. And there are sacrifices that's the other side of this coin that I didn't really talk about, is, like, if you want to kill a really mature buck, if you want to grow a successful business, if you want to achieve goals, there are sacrifices. If you work a job that pays a really good salary, sometimes you have to work and not go do this family thing.
100%.
And that is, unfortunately and fortunately, the life. That's just life. There's not a way to get around that. And I think our previous generations of dads were a little bit grittier in that sense. And there's a badge of honor there. I think our badge of honor looks a little bit different. As much as we'd be like, no, I'm providing, I have to go to work. It's like, hey, my work's a little bit flexible. I can stay and watch the kids while I work, which is a really soul-sucking task to half-ass two things. And let me tell you, the stress of that burden, I would say that's greater than just going to do work. If I just got to, I don't know, like when I was doing radon systems, like I would build a radon system. That was the only thing I had to freaking worry about. And I got it built and it was done and it worked and I accomplished a job, go home, done.
See, my work is very different.
Freaking
I'm like juggling kids that are older, but more of them. And then I go home and I'm juggling less, but there's littler.
Yeah.
So, like, my work is different.
And everyone's is, but, like, the badge of honor thing, I think, is just unique. Where, you know, like, I'm trying not to be, like, a chauvinistic person about this. Like, I'm trying to have a little bit more, I think we have a pretty decent female audience of listeners, too.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, it's
and
the
followers.
same.
Like, the whole no ego thing, it seems like there's appetite for that type of content that we have.
And man, there's different dynamics, right? There's some households where the females are the ones that hunt. And then there's households like our good buddy Dave. He and his wife both hunt.
Yep.
So they like...
That's hard. Then you're just competing.
They trade off, you know? Like,
you got to fucking hunt. No, I want to go hunt. Yeah.
It's cold front. Who's fucking hunting?
Oh, my God. Could you imagine?
Someone better be in that state.
God, that would be really hard. I'm glad my wife doesn't hunt for that reason. trying to compete against enough hunters. I don't need to compete against she's better at everything than me anyways. Heaven forbid she got into bow hunting. She'd kill monsters.
Dude, my wife is a way better shot than I am. And I don't think she'll ever, like, take an animal because it's just not her. But I think once the kids start hunting, I think she's go
so
sit
into
with
the
them.
family that
I think
she
she'll
might
go sit with them.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, and I'm not ever asking her to do that or do anything she's on. But I think it would be really cool if, like, she would sit with Gus and, like, you know, watch him take a deer. Like, that would be such a cool experience.
The fact that you have a cabin up north is, I think, a really cool thing. Like, has Ashley come with you to the cabin for deer camp?
No.
I envision a world in my mind's eye of like things I want to accomplish, which is buy land, have cabin. And I don't know if that'll happen or not. I'm really fucking trying. And if it does, I could see a world where we have deer camp there and she's there. We all go to the woods and she can just relax there, but still be present.
In my world, it would be the family spends the whole week up at deer camp at the cabin.
Yeah.
And we do Thanksgiving dinner up there.
There you go.
And we, you know what I mean? Like that would be it. And you go hunt the days you want to hunt, or you go sit out and you do that. That would be ideal. Now, I say my wife's never been up there for deer camp. My wife's been up to the cabin 100 million times with me.
Yep.
And it's the same as deer camp because it's the same people. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
It's the same, at this point in our life, it's the same people. So we do the same stuff. It's not really different. It's just different. It's just in November. But yeah, I agree.
Well, to all the wives that deal with us, hunters, thank you. To all the husbands that deal with their wives, thank you. To all the hunters
Families and
that hunt together and like this is a unique little world that we have. It's a weird subculture that we have, one that we're proud of, and like we can't envision a world without this culture existing and this community existing. But at some point, it's probably good to recognize that it's a. I mean, this ain't the military. You know, we're not getting called overseas and going on you know, tours or, you know, things going on deployment. Because in those situations, you don't get to pick. We're picking this life, and we're on deployment quite a bit in the deer woods. And so, like, it's hard because it is very selfish. But it's good for our soul. It's good for our well-being. It's good for our composure or getting back to neutral and being a good part of the family. And if we do it right, hopefully we bring our family with us in some capacity where they appreciate, whether that's, even if they don't hunt, maybe they like the venison, or like the cooking part, or they like, I hope that I'm not alienating my family, that there's parts or components of hunting that everybody can find that they enjoy. And maybe it's decor. Maybe I get enough freaking ear mounts that my wife's and antlers from shed hunting that like, now look at all the decor stuff you could go do. I don't know. I'm making that up right now, but there's a lot of ways to get involved.
Like whatever you can do to hook them, right?
Yeah.
Like my kids loved using the vacuum sealer.
Yep.
That's how we got introduced to processing.
Yep.
Is the kids loved and then draw a picture on it and write the label. I'll show you how to spell it. That was the hook. This year, Gus helped with my buddy Mike's deer. He vacuum sealed and labeled every bag. Gus, those
amazing.
two are roasts. Those are tenderloin. Those are back straps. Labeled everyone.
Logan would love that because she loves
like,
that. Yeah.
And that, proud, they accomplished something, which is the whole point. Like, as much as you feel like you're taken away, you show your kids that if you're going to do something, you're going to do it right, and you're going to do it with all your effort, and you're going to put your heart and soul into it. There's nothing wrong with that. You just got to work out that balance and figure out what works for you and your situation, your household, your family.
And everyone's uniquely different. But I hate to get to an age where there's regret, and that's the big driver. So like, that's where I think the whole like get them involved. You said like hook them, find a way to hook them, because then it's all a little bit more justified and holistic and like feels better.
It's better.
Like
It is
just a
better.
better thing. Yeah. Legitimately, yeah. Not just feels better, but it actually is better if everyone's participating. So a couple more comments here came through I want to read. So proud that my oldest wanted to come to deer camp with us. Pretty soon, my middle son will be with us. Also super thankful for my wife who's taking care of the kids when I go. That was from Clay, my buddy Clayton, my buddy who went famous on the internet for gagging. But his
Sorry,
wife's awesome.
Clayton, but we love you.
That was me. I posted on a friend's account on accident. I'm not sure what that's a response to. Daniel said, my buddies and I are moving into a new life phase with having babies and such. Just had the first little one come with the deer camp this year. That's awesome. And then Clayton, another comment from Clay. Kids won't always remember the little things like doing the dishes and all that, but they will remember that you're there for them and appreciate it, I promise. Yeah.
For sure.
100%, dude. And Clayton brought his boy to deer camp, and he came back this year. So
that's big.
Tells me we're on to something.
Big deal.
Same thing, buddy Greg. Craig bought his boy with last year, and this year his boy dragged him to deer camp. So his kid is the reason Greg came.
That's cool.
So I think we're on to something with those guys. So
You
their
guys
kids
are
are
doing
in
it
their
right.
they're I think freshman and junior, and then it was now they're sophomore and senior, something like that. So they waited till high school because that's kind of like, do you want a sip of beer? No, don't tell your mom, kind of thing.
I'll just say we made some friends. I made friends with my buddy Josh a number of years ago. I mean, a decade or more ago. Met out at the trailhead in Nicolay National Forest, and we started talking and exchanged numbers. We've been friends ever since. We meet up every deer season, gun season up in Wisconsin. His parents' cabin is a couple miles from my parents' cabin. So we stopped in and hung out with them on Saturday night and had a couple drinks, and his boy and his nephew are there, and they're both high school athletes, wrestlers, and it was awesome because they're telling deer stories, talking about what they seen, blah, 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 and all of a sudden, like, I see one of the boys going for like a cookie or chocolate chip cookie, and the other one's like, hey, you better not eat that. You're cutting to 155 next week, but like, enjoy yourself at deer camp, but don't do that. And I was like, look at these guys, like balancing work life and playtime. Like, it was just great to see. Like, they stayed up for the entire week,
fun.
and like, they got the experience with dads and uncles and grandpas. And I'm glad to see like there's camps like that still around where the kids are up there and they're doing their thing.
That's something that I don't know that we touched on in the podcast we just had done. I can't remember the last time I've cried as an adult. Like, I think it came close, like maybe recently with all the life events that have been going on. Like, I've been like just really kind of like introspective on things, but seeing generational things start to take place is really starting to get to me.
Yeah.
Which is weird. I'm like, what is going on with me? Like, geez, I'm going through menopause. Is that a thing? I think that's a woman thing, right? Like, what's wrong with me? But seeing, like, anytime I see my mom or my dad with my kids, like we talk about seeing the woods through fresh eyes when you bring a new hunter, and you're seeing it through fresh eyes kind of, and it's a good reminder as to how we got into this. When you see your kids with your parents, you're like almost seeing yourself as a kid again and coming up, but like knowing that those high schoolers, when you met that guy, those humans may not have existed or not existed in a way that they could have done anything other than shit their pants. I don't know. And now they're like part of it, and they're going to bring people in, and you're just part of this legacy. And the family vibe of deer camp is something that I'm really aspiring to do with my family. And Ryan Holiday and all the books I've read about he's got the Daily Dad, which is a great book. Whether or not you subscribe to any of the Stoicism stuff or not, every day is a chapter. Every chapter is a day. So you could read one chapter in 2 minutes, and you don't have to pick the book up again, at all. And there's a day for a chapter and page for every day of the year. That being said, one of the through lines is I want to raise a family that wants to be at my dinner table. When they come home from college, they want to be at my dinner table. They want to be around my household and my wife and I and our family. They want to come back here. Not that I have a household that like no one comes back to, no one talks to us. We're just a married couple and alone, and it's bleak.
Yeah.
Like, I want that, but in a deer camp way. I want that in a deer camp way.
Well, I'm going to try to say this without tearing up because you just talked about it, so I'm going to talk about it. When Gus shot that deer and we were sitting on the hill and we just went up to it and we were so excited and I hyped him. We were hyped. I mean, both of us were shaking. I was shaking way more than he was. And we said a prayer over that deer, and we thank God for the experience and being together. And man, I couldn't help it. I was tearing up. And I'm tearing up as I'm talking to him, and he definitely saw. Like, he looked, and he saw, and he knew. And I looked away and told him good job, and he never said anything, but I could just see in his face that he was, like, so proud and happy. Oh, my God. But it was a big moment for me. And then the fact that my dad got to come and, like, help on the drag out.
Because you were in those moments. Yes.
The generational thing was, like, huge. And it was more than I could have asked for.
It's a lot more we can handle. My boss, Ryan, just told a story today, and he didn't get into all the details. He was like, his son just shot his first deer camp.
That's awesome.
On land that they just got out in western Wisconsin.
That's like a totally different thing.
And he's like, I was bawling. And he's like, my kid was not. He's like, well, I just shot a deer. What's going on? They don't get it.
Yeah.
And I think his dad was there too. So I think the generational component.
Well, yeah. And
it's just weird, man, how that
buying
happens.
your own land, like, that's a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's cool.
So, a good episode to be thankful coming off of Thanksgiving, to be reminded what's important, why we do this stuff, and to really appreciate those in our lives, not just our wives, but the ecosystem of family that it takes to support a hunting tribe. Because it's not just your wife or your husband that hunt. It's their buddies and girlfriends and everybody else and uncles and cousins and dads where you're going to go help do these things and be on the phone, strategizing, talking, telling stories, sharing. This season happens once a year, and once a year we get the bug, and it's hard to like turn it off. And if you have people that are supportive in your life, it just makes it a much more positive experience. For those that have a negative connotation with it, it's unfortunate because it's hard to then like balance that out. And I think that could deteriorate some things. So, if you show appreciation in a positive way, it will help the cause collectively.
Absolutely. I think if you're, just as you mentioned, if you're the hunter of the family or that's your thing, like how you expose your family to it and how you bring them into it and how you help them realize what it's bringing to you and your family and everyone as a collective experience, that's really important, because if it becomes meaningful to everyone in a different way, like it becomes better for your family to understand and to accept and to want to be a part of it and want to be back at your dinner table enjoying that, and just a more cohesive family unit based on how you bring it and how you market it and how you sell it.
Yeah, right.
And how you include them, right? Include them. And
inclusion
don't
matters.
downplay it, and just, if you're going to do it right.
Yeah. And I think that's it. Congratulations to our winner. Again, we'll be reaching out to you via email. And thanks everyone that participated and joined in all that. We'll do more of these things throughout the year because it's proven to be something that I think everyone seems to enjoy. And look, people get shit out of it. I don't know. It seems like a good thing.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any other thoughts. Oh, housekeeping stuff. The 16th will be our last episode of the year. We're going to get together here as a whole group. So we'll have everybody in this room. I got to figure out microphones and stuff because I think there's more of us in our mics, so we can maybe swap people in or something. But after that, no more podcasts until January. So I think we got 2 more to go.
Sweet.
Next week, do you want to unpack your Illinois hunt?
Sure.
Like break it, maybe even both of them, like break down how you go about killing a fucking toad of a deer.
You just get really lucky.
Uh-huh. The harder you work, the luckier you get. So I'm pretty sure you stack the odds in your favor by doing a lot of smart shit. And I'm curious to hear about it. Much like this campaign we did, we achieved the outcome we were looking for because we knew what we were trying to do. So
you're freaking.
It's fun when you put forth effort and you accomplish the thing you're trying to do.
Of course it is.
So I'd like to hear that on the deer side of things.
Okay.
And I think our audience would too. And I don't know if that makes more sense for you to do dropping pins or to do it here. But then the one after that, the 16th, that'll be me, you, Greg, Matt, Tyler, and
the crew.
Lord knows what. Maybe we'll just talk about our year in review or something. I don't know. No good ideas for that one yet.
I think we'll just bring
So
a
this one made
bottle
sense
of
for today.
Malort and see what happens.
Oh God! Bring a puke bag for everybody.
Yeah.
Fancy hospital ones.
Yes.
All right, folks. Have a good week and. Stay frosty for Thursday as well as our Wednesday drop. And check out the Boyer podcast for tomorrow for Wednesday. Check out all the podcasts on network. I know Powderhorn's back on now with their Sunday Gun Day, so their episodes are dropping. Okayest Trapper, I think, is bringing back episodes. He's been pretty busy with his book launch. If you haven't read The Trade Gap by Zach Hansen, it's a good book. Check it out. There should be more people learning that kind of stuff. Okayest Cook has been crushing it. He's got those meta glasses. So his content's been really cool lately because he can use both hands as he's cooking.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's really neat. Yeah. And he's got some really good recipes he's been sharing that are like.
And if you haven't figured out, Chris is really aesthetically pleasing to film and photograph.
Yeah, he's great. Upduck has been doing a great job with their migration reports that they've been putting out. They've gained a lot of popularity, actually. Okayest Fisher, I think they're going to be back on for ice fishing in like a bit of the new year here. So going to figure all that stuff out with those guys. Who am I missing here? Because I can never remember all of our podcasts. Wild Strength, Whitney's amazing. She's doing a great job. Western Territory, we got to like do a whole, I don't even think we could handle all of our people on one show. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. So just tune into our network. There's lots to offer. And if you're finding our podcast on Apple now, which you might be, you'll see all the other podcasts right at the bottom of the scroll. So just check it out. Take a look. Have fun and enjoy your time outdoors with your family.